G'day folks, welcome to another update for natural gas, BOIL, KOLD and UNG. As you can see there, all instruments are dropping since our last update with the exception of KOLD, which has risen. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to get more updates, and support us more on the Patreon page, links in the description below. Here's our heat map. As you can see there on the top right, these are all sequenced and trending by the CCI 150 trends. So natural gas is pretty much bearish across all timeframes, monthly, weekly and daily. BOIL is mixed, predominantly bullish on the weekly and bearish on the daily. KOLD is prominently bullish, and UNG is also all bearish, and plus the other instruments for your reference should you wish to trade those based on the trends. In terms of trading strategy, we look at the trading on the higher time frame. So if you're trading on the daily, trade in the direction of the weekly. Or if you're trading on the 1 hour intraday time frame, trade in the direction of the daily. So step 2 is to enter a trade. You enter when the CCI 150 has a fresh breakout from the CCI moving averages, and I'll go through some examples of how to do that. And lastly, to close the trade and close out the trade when the CCI 150 moves back into the moving averages. So looking at natural gas first off, look at the trends on the monthly. You can see there it's still bullish, although you can see there the CCI is actually broken above the moving averages. On the price chart, although it's actually breaking further to the downside, so we'll consider that as a neutral to bullish momentum. On the weekly it's bearish, and on the daily as well it's also bearish. Now this has actually changed since I did the heat map, because the heat map I did say it was bearish, I believe, so that's actually risen up from the bearish mode to the bullish mode, so that was a slight adjustment there. Anyway, you can see there it's actually broken through this support at 22.86 and it's still falling. There's no sign yet of a bounce. As soon as we see that, we'll arrange that new support level once we see that. But at the moment the daily is predominantly bearish, so only taking short trades in accordance with the weekly time frame on the daily time frame. If we go to the hourly chart, again using the daily as a reference, you only take short trades. So you can see there since around the 14th of June, going back to the 14th of June, let me go back to there, that was about this area. You would have taken short trades from there down according to the CCI breaking below the moving averages rule. At the moment it's still bearish on the CCI 150, and you can see here the price is just making a new break below the moving averages of the price chart, but also below the moving averages of that very thin moving average range of the CCI 150 moving averages. So a new entry could go short right at this entry right now. Next look at BOIL. That looks pretty bearish on the monthly. It's bullish on the weekly with this bullish divergence on the CCI 150, even though the price is making further downsize. And notice it's actually keep dropping. So still a bullish divergence. So we'll have to adjust that. Let me just expand that. And we adjust this Fibonacci and also the trend line. So that's where we draw the new Fibonacci and trend line, and this is in accordance with this bullish divergence and lower lows on the price chart. So it hasn't actually really bounced yet. It's bounced a bit there, but that actually invalidated that divergence, and it's actually still dropping, so no sign of a bounce yet. Could keep dropping, of course. On the daily, we do have a bearish momentum. As you can see there, it's actually broken through this support at 12.28 as well, similar to the natural gas chart. So if we go to the hourly chart, again using the daily as a reference, bearish mode only from about the 18th of June, and that was back here. So only short trades would have been taken back from there. I did draw this previous Fibonacci. Let me just delete that. And that was because of this little bullish divergence in that little range there. It's actually bounced, didn't actually hit our target area, so we're going to invalidate that. We don't trade the divergence. We only use those as potential exits should you be going short and you see a bullish divergence. Now in this case, that didn't work. The divergence, the price kept falling, although we still got a bullish divergence here. So this actually could still retrace to the upside, assuming it starts bouncing from this low point here. And we've still got a bullish divergence here, higher lows versus lower lows on the price. It actually broke through this previous support, had a couple of support levels there, and again, it could actually bounce, but we're still looking like it's still declining, so keep an eye on that. But again, only take short trades. So when that CCI breaks below that moving average, you'd go for another short entry. Next, we'll look at KOLD. So on the monthly, it's neutral. There's no CCI for it, although it looks like it could be neutral at the very least with a little bounce off from the moving averages of the price chart. On the weekly, we do have another bullish divergence here. And that little point there to these low lows, and you can see how it bounced. Now in this case, it's still rising, and the weekly still got a bullish momentum and trend. On the daily, it's also bullish. It's broken above the moving average band and making new highs. Now, you'll notice actually it's broken through this previous resistance we had, and we've got a new area to consider that as a resistance. So that new resistance now at 75.80, so just be careful of that. We might see it retrace to the downside. So had you gone long during this period on the daily, that would have been in alignment with the weekly bullish movement as well. Now going to the hourly chart, again using the daily as a reference, going bullish from, that would have been effective from about the 26th of June, which is about this area here. You would have gone long. Now in this case, that bearish divergence hasn't actually worked because the CCI has risen slightly and so has the price. So we're going to realign that as well. Also the Fibonacci and that target area. We're going to move that to that 23.38% level. So that's our new target. You can see it's retraced a bit. It hasn't come down far enough yet, but let's keep an eye on it because it could still rise, and it's actually hitting this new resistance area, 75.80, as we said. Lastly, we're looking at UNG. On the monthly, it's bearish. Still, the CCI is dropping below its moving averages and the price. On the weekly, we did have a bullish momentum at some point here, bullish divergence, but at the moment it's broken below the moving averages, marked by that red signal there, and the price is still dropping, so still bearish on the weekly and on the daily as well. Taking short trades only if you're trading on the daily in accordance with the weekly. So that would have been a nice short trade to take there. Now you'll notice we did have a resistant support here at 17.39, and we're going to move that down to this new support area at 13.58. So we might see a bit of a bounce from there possibly, but again, don't go long yet. We want to see it break above the moving averages, and we want to see the weekly as well start moving bullish on the CCI 150. Going to the hourly chart, again we've bounced off this support at new support now we've marked at 13.58. We've also got this bullish divergence, and that trend line should be adjusted down to there off that support. So that's our new bullish divergence. Higher lows on the CCI versus lower lows on the price. Hasn't started to bounce yet, but again we'll keep an eye on that. But at the moment, we only take short trades on the hourly in accordance with the daily. So at the moment, don't go short until we see this starting to break to the downside. And I'd like to see it break through this support to be more positive, and also the CCI to start dropping off a lot more before we get too excited about more short positions. So if you got value out of the video, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Support us more on the Patreon page. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a future video.